So you finished Hamilton in 2003.
Yeah, with that class with Sebo, Dustin, BJ.
So what's your thoughts at this time? You learned for the graduate high school. What's next? Like, what was your thoughts?
I was in a crossroads because at one point in time, no school wasn't not interest, but I was just in a crossroads like limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, I was still at home. This probably sounds more embarrassing. I was still home with my grandma.
Okay.
I
I mean,
you
no 18.
offense.
You
I was
18.
18
Yeah,
then.
you 18. You
True,
good.
True, I feel you.
Out of no disrespect, but I was at a crossroads, and my grandma was telling me if just stick with it, and I ended up coming right back to Hamilton, but this time a full-time manager, not a student anymore, just operations.
So you sweeping mopping the floor, dusting the floor, getting the equipment ready. Game day.
Game days, pull the bleachers and stuff out.
Okay.
Our jersey was lined up tight. Practice jersey,
Yeah.
man, on hangers. Like we was like
Like
they,
a game day
like
atmosphere.
the real NBA, like how the NBA used to do when they
college.
They had us just like that.
Had a locker room ready.
So by this time, you deep in love with the being an equipment manager.
And then that's when I introduced to Micey.
Okay. Talk about Mike when you first met him. Like, how was it when you first met him?
It was a goofy, I would say bully, but he's a jock. No disrespect, he's a jock. All jocks are bullies. They pick on you.
I be checking.
He was a young kid on a horizon upbringing.
Did you see it in Mike when you
Yes,
first
I
saw him?
did.
You knew like he one of them.
Cause him, Boo, got Boo out of Bellevue. Broderick from Airways, because Jeremy was a counterpart of Airways.
Mm-hmm.
That same year, it was kind of dull because we still had Sean Wills. But I remember in the last interview what you said. But at the same time, Sean had some grade trouble.
Yep.
Okay.
And he was already on the University of Memphis radar then. But he had to pull his grades up. He ended up going to Laurinburg.
Yep.
How was Sean?
I remember at some practices he was practicing with them, and I said, "It's like a state championship team that's chasing a state championship team." Till later, and we also had a good coaching staff. Even Todd Day came back.
Yep.
I'll never forget. Todd Day came back and helped us as well as his NBA career was over.
Okay. So you come back now. You full time, loving it every day.
But the crazy part about it was the transition. Hamilton was finna change because there was a lot of going on that 2003-04 school year. It was about to change.
Okay.
And I was actually felt like I was a part of that change, but not like that. But when old Sonny Hicks, that was the principal then.
Sonny Hicks.
He kept the school a top-notch kind of like college atmosphere.
Okay.
For real.
And I remember you was telling Micey last week in the interview about that transition, and I wanted to say something then, but this is my time right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
04 to 05?
No, 03-04.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you gotta say.
But the 03-04 year was a huge transition.
Okay. You felt it.
Yes, I did, because Mr. Hicks, they was going through an issue with him after the football coach got fired.
It's about
Sawyer.
Got the
with
girl
Brian,
pregnant.
yeah,
right?
Brian
Yeah,
Abernathy's
his
sister.
Yeah, that's
Big sister. Actually, Brian Abernathy's sister graduated with me. We didn't know what was going on.
Right. We were kids.
It was weird. It was low key. And I did see his sister hanging with Coach Sawyer, but I didn't see it like that at that time.
Right.
Till I saw it it hit the news and the papers.
That was tough.
And I remember they said Mr. Hicks didn't report the incident, and that's how they let him go.
Okay, so I ain't never knew that.
And Mac Ray, he was a fill-in until they got a permanent one. But at the same time, it was almost going downhill. And when Coach A, as we got back from the L.A. trip, that's when it all started.
Yeah.
So you remember when it was Coach A leaving up out of here?
Yeah, when the L.A. trip, well, actually, the 2000 after that 2004 season when they went to the city and they got knocked out, but at the last minute, one of the players had told the school board about that corporate punishment paddling, especially paddling athletes.
But
Right.
they knew that.
They knew that, but it was low key.
It wasn't just Hamilton.
It was
It's
going on
other
everywhere.
schools.
Everywhere.
Bro, it was every
we,
school.
we was still getting paddles in the office. You want to call your mama, you want a paddle. Let me get the paddle.
Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna get 2 of them if you
Right.
don't.
But the crazy part is athletes getting paddled. That's the
Yeah. So they put a
That was
big
the
emphasis on
prior,
athletes
yeah.
getting it.
But we got pattern them now for basketball. Like I ain't gonna lie, Coach A probably will get you if you miss a late wide open layup or something. He gonna tighten you up.
His
But that's just-
frustration.
if you really want to get better, you accept it. But
Right.
you don't make excuses. or whatever.
Right.
But
even his frustration
it was
built
about
up.
the licks was more about discipline. Yo.
Your discipline and frustration. It's just like with Michael Jackson, Dad, Pop Joe Jackson. He was whooping Michael
Right.
every
Do that shit
mistake.
right.
Look what he became.
Do it right,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Pop.
So you did you feel the blow when Coach A left? Like
I
how did
did.
what was the atmosphere like when they told y'all Coach A no longer?
It's
gonna
just
be
a
here?
weird feeling.
Okay.
Basically, it's just a weird feel because you don't know what's going to happen.
What's next? Like,
What's next?
Mm.
Then Coach Lawson, he was coaching girls varsity right after back in 2001. Newman took Ashley Shields with her to Melrose.
Okay.
Coach Lawson was already coaching 9th grade girls basketball there. He grew his
yep.
reputation
They
then.
were good too. The girls were good. See, I thought either Coach Henry, because he was assistant coach, and Cowboy was the 9th grade coach.
But I think they didn't want that girl's job.
Right. I think now I'm thinking like Cowboy. Like my mind, I can remember back then. Oh, Cowboy finna be the coach. But now they
After Coach
yeah,
A
like
left,
when Coach
yeah.
A left, I'm like, damn,
It was a
bad coach.
mystery.
I'm
And Coach
thinking-
Henry left
Yep.
too because I think he was trying to keep himself from that situation because he was paddling on players too as well because he was an old school coach.
Right. So
And
so
then the weird part, it was just question. Then all of a sudden, Coach Lawson, I guess Coach Lawson on his part decided to be the
That was
take
the
over
best. That was the best decision, to be honest. That was
from the
like-
school
That was the best
and the
decision for
alumni
us.
and the alumni association.
so once Coach A left, did they leave you out in the dark or you
It
still
didn't.
you still had your job?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you
But Coach Lawson already knew who I was.
okay. So you were part of the state championship
Yep.
undefeated season. You was here.
No, I was. I actually left 04, 05 and went to Memphis with Sean.
Yeah.
Sean Williams. Okay.